Let's say that you've done a search and you find what looks like good results. But how do you know how much to believe what you found? Is this a good source? Is that one? The advice everyone gives is this: check your sources and trust only the credible ones. But in these days, when we're all looking for good medical information, how do you know what sources to trust? Let me show you 6 easy tactical things you can do to find out more about a site and whether or not you should believe it. So, here's a query you might have run. Now, you might have never heard of these particular sources in the results page. But if you don't know, how can you check? Let me show you these 6 tactical patterns you can use. First, let's just search for the outfit. So here's one. Let's look at this result here, the NIH.gov site. So, what's the NIH? I may have never heard of that. What I can do is just do a search like this, NIH.gov. Just search for the name of the website. You'll find several results just about that website, including the website itself, latest updates, something on Wikipedia, and so on. Okay, this gives you a kind of first glance about what that thing is. Here's the second pattern. Ask about what is that site. So, let me change my query. What is NIH.gov? So in this case, I'm using the power of Google to answer that question. Now, we get the About page from NIH, which you expect. You also get other results, including Wikipedia again, something about Quora, Facebook, all these kinds of results. What you're seeing here are answers to that question. What is NIH.gov? You could also ask it the other way. What is NIH? And you'll get a somewhat different answer here, including a knowledge panel on the right-hand side, which has a lot of facts and figures about that organization, including when it was formed, 1887. So it's been around a while. It's probably got some reputation to protect. That's really interesting, but suppose we want to find out more about that site without getting results from the site itself, because they're going to write nice things about themselves. Let's try this. NIH.gov minus site : NIH.gov. What this will do is search for results about NIH.gov without giving you any results from that site itself. That is, you don't get their own positive press, the stuff that they put out. Instead, what you get are commentary and pages from other sites that talk about NIH.gov. So there's lots of results here, including other government sites like Midline Plus, which you might have heard of, or Genome.gov, Pathways to Science. There's a lot of ways to find out about a site without looking at the site itself. The fourth tactic here is to actually look for what Wikipedia says about that site. So we'll do it this way, NIH.gov, Wikipedia. Now, the first result is going to be the Wikipedia result about NIH, and you can click through to that and see what Wikipedia has to say. This is just a way to sort of get an overview of lots and lots of different organizations, and in particular, different websites. In the Wikipedia article, you can see all kinds of perspectives on that particular site. The fifth tactic I want to show you is to search for the word credible in association with that website. NIH.gov, credible. So now I'm looking for sites that have the word credible in conjunction with talking about NIH. Now, as you can see here, we have, in this case, a lot of websites. Oh, this is all NIH.gov. So we have to maybe do the same trick we did before. Minus site : NIH.gov. Now we get Wikipedia again, but we also start to see results like this one here, Medical Bias Fact Check. If we click through to that, you can see here that this is a website which is all about checking for media bias. Now, if you read this, you'll see very quickly that the NIH.gov site is rated a pro-science site. Now, of course, we have to wonder, well, how biased is media bias fact check? And so I'm giving you some ways to check the biases and credibility of this site. And I'll let you do that on your own time. But this is a way to get into understanding the credibility of each site. The sixth tactic I want to show you is this one. Looking for your site, but checking the news. The easy way to do that is to click on the News tab here. And what that will show you is all the most recent news. So this is from 5 days ago, 6 days ago, and so on. If I want to get the latest results, I can just click through on Tools, then say not just recent, but within the past, say, week. And now you can see the latest news about NIH.gov within the past week. And you can start to use this information to assess how credible you think the site is. Ultimately, of course, there's much more you can do. Do the articles in these pages cite other reliable sources? Do they cite low-quality sources? In which case, we wouldn't be so happy with them. Does the web page you're reading offer miracle cures? If so, be very skeptical. Ultimately, of course, you have to decide for yourself. But these 6 tactics will give you some tools to help you understand the credibility of a site from multiple perspectives. Of course, in addition to the credibility of the site, you have to consider the credibility of the author as well. That is, their credibility is key to deciding whether or not you should believe in that article. We'll talk about that next time in the next episode.